Qualifying 1 was good with a little helping hand through the final sector of some slipstream from Leclerc, who was about to begin his lap. Ended lap P1 only a few hundredths from P2. After the session, this converted into a P3 and 0.272 seconds behind Norris in first place. Qualifying 2 was a bit tetchy after almost running into the back of Russell before my lap. Did this hinder my Sector 1? I don't know. I lost 5 tenths through Sector 1 and Sector 3, but gained 5 tenths through Sector 2, resulting in P2 0.012 seconds behind Leclerc after that lap. This became a 0.892 second gap to Verstappen after the session ended. Qualifying 3, I somehow lost 6 tenths compared to previous laps, and it meant I was 6th, and needed to find at least 0.477 seconds to Norris. After the session, it ended with me in first, with a 1.071 second gap to Norris. Here we are, and welcome to the Miami Grand Prix, right here in the car park of the Hard Rock Stadium for the second year in a row. It's the Miami Grand Prix. The Miami Grand Prix circuit is a 5.41 kilometer anti-clockwise circuit around the Hard Rock Stadium. 3 DRS zones with very little elevation to tackle the drivers here. On pole position, we have the Williams driver, alongside him a fellow Brit of Lando Norris. For the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc and Sergio Perez, Max and Lewis, old rivals, George Russell and Daniel Ricciardo, double R, Vettel and Gasly, Ocon and Schumacher, very close friends in real life. Let's see if there's any wars between the two. Next come the Alfa Romeo drivers, Bottas qualifying ahead of his teammate, Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon, both one ex-Red Bull driver and an ex-Red Bull driver, Magnussen and Schwartzman of 17 and 18, followed with Sainz and Stroll to round off the grid. I may have missed a row there. Anyway, let's talk about the Williams driver. They had a difficult race in last time out in Imola. Do you think that they could pull back today? Yeah, of course. I believe that although you ain't as good as your last race, you've always got the next race to prove that wrong. I should not have done that. As we get ready for the 5 red lights, they're on now. And it's lights out and away we go. Lando Norris gets an okay start along as Charles Leclerc looks to challenge down the outside of Winter. The Williams driver goes a little bit wide and doesn't turn in as early as Charles Leclerc did that result in contact? Looking at the front wing, no, there was not any damage to the Williams car. What about the Ferrari car? He's dropping back very much through the first sector now, but through the twisty turn 4 to 7, it looks alright for the Ferrari driver. Let's see what the Williams driver can do from now on. Commanding lead from the Williams driver as Max Verstappen begins to close in on the Williams driver. Max Verstappen also on the sauce after starting P6, I believe, and very close to Winter. Now on the mediums, going for a different strat here as we go through the final sector now. Going through the final chicane, the Mickey Mouse chicane. Max Verstappen, DRS in range, 4 tenths, closing down to 3 tenths, 2 tenths just before the DRS line. They're going side by side. Can Max pull the lead? Yes, he can. It is a very easy overtake, and he's ahead way before the corner. Can the Williams driver do anything? Max looks to defend. Can the Williams driver get a clean run through to turn 1? No, it looks like he's backing out for now. Let's see if he can hang on through sector 1 though, as he follows Max these cars are able to follow closer, and with Winter's great run through turn 3 so far this weekend, could he have a move down into turn 4? He's close. Is he quite close enough? No. Looking around it, but not quite going for the move. Will he be able to do it through the curved section, curved straight though? Let's find out. He goes a little bit wide. Can that gain him some extra time? That might be a track limit warning as we go towards turn 12 now. Turn 9, this little right-hander. Turn 10, flat out with DRS. Where's he going to go? Round the outside. Not much room there as he goes down into turn 11. Braking zone, nice and early. Left the room. Max tries to go through it as Winter leaves the room. But going through turn 12 and 13, nothing doing there for Max in the Red Bull, and Winter takes the lead again as Schumacher drops out of the race, and we're coming up to his yellow flag now. The Red Bull there has got to be careful that he doesn't go for the overtake too early. They're still in the yellow flags, and now it's green flag. Will he be able to get a run? It looks like he's closing in. It's going to be a late dive from Max if he does, and it is. Down the inside he goes. He locks up. Winter gives him a lot of room, and has allowed the Williams driver to stay in P1 with an amazing run, with a better run through the final corner. Not amazing, it was just good, as Winter now maintains the lead and seems to have started pushing after that incident, after that battle. Lap 36 now, chasing after 37 now, chasing after Sergio Perez. Max Verstappen making his pit stop on the previous lap, as Winter lost 5 seconds roughly in the pit stop for changing his front wing after slightly grazing the wall, almost like that, but on lap 9 he did it on the curve straight. Just lack of concentration, it seemed there. Yeah, it is very easy to do when you're so far in the lead, but Winter not at the moment in the lead, but he's looking to make a move on Sergio Perez that could take him back into the lead. Yes, you're right. As we go towards the turn 12 now, turn 11, it's going to be a late dive if he goes for it. Is he going to? No. Sergio Perez defends quite vigorously, and Winter doesn't go for the move yet. Correction, Max Verstappen was on the mediums earlier, and so once the soft tyres started to die out, that's when Max was able to get past everyone. As we go through the free straight now, Winter is within quarter of a second now. DRS open. Where's he going to go? Left or right? Checker's going to go left, meaning Winter can just go straight into the final corner, and it's a nice and easy move for the Williams driver on the sauce compared to Sergio Perez's 37 lap old medium tyres. But the sauce hanging on there for 9 laps as Winter comes in for a pit stop. On lap 45, Max Verstappen takes the lead again. 19 seconds. 5-second penalty. Yes, almost forgot. Speeding in the pit lane on his first stop. That could cost him. Max could jump in after his pit stop, but as it looks like he'll easily overtake the 5 drivers in front of him as he goes into the wall, and it's a collision, and it's took off his front wing, has it? As we wait for another camera angle, yes it has, and what has that done? It's caused a safety car, but it's dropped Winter out of the points now, as he'll have to make another pit stop, and this hands Max Verstappen the lead after he needs to make his second pit stop off those set of mediums. This could have been an easy victory for Winter, but now he's going to have to fight for it from P10. Is he battling with Magnussen? He's looked like he could be dropping a position as he goes through Sector 1 on those old mediums, the ones that he had in the first stint, the ones that he battled Max with, the ones that he had full fuel with. This is now a mountain made out of a molehill caused by a front wing damage and a 5-second penalty in the pit stop. This could be big for Max Verstappen, who is going to take a commanding lead over everyone in the in the championship. As we go on to lap 50, Winter not really making any progress on those mediums. As we got into turn 1, he goes a little bit wide. Daniel Ricciardo making a lock up out of turn 1, but Magnussen now trying to go around the inside of turn 3, nothing really doing. Winter with a great run as always through turn 3, keeps ahead of the Haas, and now will that encourage him to go chase after the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo. He's closer to Ricciardo than Ricciardo is to Hamilton, so it's leaving him a little bit vulnerable. Can Winter take advantage of this? DRS still not enabled. That will be enabled next lap. As where we go into turn 11. It looks like he's going to go around the outside. Daniel Ricciardo braking. Yes, he's going to hang it in round the outside. Inside for turn 12. Don't go side by side through turn 13. Ricciardo backs out of that because Winter was never going to back out of that in that situation. Especially through this Mickey Mouse section where he is now close in on the back of Hamilton. Lap 51 then. As always, getting closer. ERS running out for Winter there. Under 10% it seems, as the Williams is now on the back of Hamilton. Hamilton is on the back of Vettel though, but Winter so close that even before the DRS line, he was thinking of a move. Down the inside with DRS he goes, and it's no contest. As he goes into turn 11, he's ahead, giving Hamilton a little bit of room on the outside. Did allow him to challenge into turn 11, but it weren't really a challenge when his front wing was never past his rear axle. As next up, Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc's teammate. Although it doesn't seem like Charles needs the help, but our Ferrari going to be getting on the blower to Vettel to try and hold up the Williams driver here. And there, judging by Winter's performance in the couple of overtakes in the last couple of laps, it doesn't look like he's going to have any choice. As yes, you're right, down the inside he goes. What a late move. He's almost gone wide, but he's held the position and up into P7. Here he goes now. Yes, what a great move. My accent is changing all the time. As so is Winter's position. Up the field he goes after that terrible, timely costly mistake. As yes, Winter now chasing knock-on in the blue Alpine versus blue Williams. Both of these teams have had success in years gone by. None at the moment, but it's down the inside. Looks Winter for an overtake. No ERS compared to Ocon, and it's an easy dive down the inside, a little bit wide off the racing line, as the about 3 ahead of them are making a horrendous train, as everyone in the top 10, maybe even more, have now caught onto this train and are all within DRS of each other. As on to lap 54 we go. We've only got 4 laps to go, and Winter looks to be a little bit far off the podium at the moment. I know he only needs to get 3 overtakes, but his mediums must be crying out in anguish at the moment. As towards the outside of George Russell he goes. Is he going to make an overtake on Lando Norris as well? It's going to be a brave, bold. It's amazing. Down the outside of both George Russell and Lando Norris he goes. Next up, Sergio Perez. He couldn't have made that look easier if he tried. Yes, it's very easy, but he almost loses the rear. Is that his tyres going off? Will he get the podium? I highly doubt it now, as those tyres are going to be screaming out to end this race on this very lap. Yes, mediums, his first stint tyres. So, yeah, not looking good for the tyre life, but towards the turn 12, his favourite overtaking spot at the moment, turn 11, I should say. Towards the inside, it's going to be an easy overtake on Sergio Perez, as it seems, as DRS, slipstream, no cars ahead of Perez. It's an easy move, and it looks like this is as far as he's going to get. Leclerc 6.7 ahead of him now, as yeah, that mistake really cost him. He about what? He would have been behind Perez when the safety car came out, which was P6, and he's gone from P10 to P3. So yeah, he could have easily have gone to the back of Charles Leclerc, and Max surely would have came out behind Perez as well after his pit stop. So it's very costly. It's ifs and buts. 3 mistakes there by Winter, and all of that could have resulted in a win. But in the end, it's going to result in a podium, and 2 times in a row now where he finishes a Grand Prix, it's on the podium. P3, P1 coulda, and should have been his. He'll kick himself after this one, and the win in Championship 59 seems to elude him. I really should put this at the end, because I have no energy for this now. Here we go, for the game's highlights now, is I like to put my highlights first, so that you can find out whether I retired. Sorry about that. Yeah, the start. Great start from Winter there. As on to lap 9 we go. Yeah, commanding lead at the moment. Ahead of Max, but he's hit the wall. Is that going to be front wing damage? Can't see from this angle. As lap 12 we go. Max Verstappen closing in a lot on the Williams driver here. Towards the outside he's going to go. Winter straight down the middle as always, and pulls into the slipstream of Max once he makes the overtake. Clean as you like. No time wasted there from Max. Will the Williams driver be able to hold on as we go through through lap 13 now, through sector 1. Sector 1 seemingly good for the Williams car, even though downforce not really its specialty. Power seems to be its specialty, and as you'll be able to see right now, as down towards turn 11 we go. DRS towards the outside Winter goes, and it's an easy move ahead as they go turning into the braking zone. But as Winter turns a little bit later, Max tries a move but don't work. Just like here, Max just locks up and allows Winter to take the better line through the exit of the corner, as Max has to slow down a lot more than the Williams driver. Lap 50, as we follow along. Winter not using that curb on the exit of turn 8. Wonder if he could have gained some more time if he did so, but maybe saving the tyres, as they're really old. As down the inside of Esteban Ocon goes the Williams driver, focused as ever, or focused like a honeybee when it's been attacked by a bear. As comes across the line for P3. Shoulda, coulda been the win. Now for the after, my perspective instead of my commentator, which is the exact same person. The formation lap was good and the tyre temperatures were not too bad, and the grid slot was a green outcome. The start of the race was okay, and I'm not ashamed to say that I restarted the race twice. Once after Verstappen turned in on me through turn 4. I kept getting good runs through turn 3, so it was not a lunge. And then Norris doing the same on the first restart through turn 2. On the final restart 2, I was close to contact to Leclerc after he turns in, and I locked into turn 1. And luckily for me, I did not make any contact, and it helped me keep P1. Then for the next 11 laps, it was plain sailing as I held P1. And then on lap 12 and 13, we had a nice battle with Verstappen, where he got me on the back straight, the one that is straight, as it is so long. And then I got him back down the back curve with the help of Schumacher causing the yellow flag. Verstappen could not get far enough ahead of me in the braking zone, he locked up, and a wide line from me, luckily, helps me keep P1, and from lap 15, pushing, so Max did not challenge me at all for the rest of that stint. But after damage on lap 9 from grazing the wall, I had to change my front wing and speeding into pit lane, not realising where the entry line is. Very driver excuse. Very much a driver excuse. The second stint was good with Max and Sergio on my strategy, as well as I was closing in on the pair of them. So it took me a while, but I overtook him, and after Max's pit stop, I retook the lead again. Then the 5-second penalty was served in the pits, and I had the entirety of the final stint to overtake 5 drivers. However, through the exit, I had a snap of wheel spin, as you do on new gold tyres. You can slightly see it in the replay. However, through the exit at turn 2, I lost the rear and caused myself front wing damage, and a safety car. Luckily, without this, I could and should have won the race, as I had Leclerc, Russell, Norris and Perez to overtake, who were within 6 seconds of Leclerc to me when I came out the pit lane. This left Verstappen, who, however, needed to pit again, or hit a cliff and with his tyre wear. And with the pit stop time loss, I would have got him. Third stop then put me 10th behind Verstappen, stopped on the safety car, being 15 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc, Norris, Russell, Perez, Vettel, Hamilton, Ocon and Ricciardo. On the restart, the old mediums, I had no choice but to put on, left me vulnerable to Magnussen for the first sector on the lap after restart on lap 50 after I locked up into turn 1. However, I got Bobbi on and overtook Ricciardo on lap 50 with a DRS outside dive bomb and battle through turn 11 and 12. Hamilton on lap 51 with a DRS pass through the curved back straight. Vettel on lap 52 with a DRS dive bomb on the curved back straight. Ocon on lap 53 with DRS pass on the curved back straight. Russell and Norris on lap 54 with a DRS pass and a DRS outside dive bomb on the curved back straight, and a battle in turn 11 and 12. And then finally Perez on lap 55 with a DRS pass on the curved back straight. Leclerc pulled 6.7 and Verstappen pulled 9.5 seconds interval at that point, so there was no chance in finishing higher than third, which is what I did. Bolted Bobbi returned, but I wish he wasn't needed, because it meant it wasn't an easy victory on 35 lower AI than my AI level before Project Ultimate F1 AI. So yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, Bobbi. Bobbi. But I was hoping to see you on a 94 AI, not 59.